down, one thing remains clear. It has become one of the closest and unpredictable presidential contests in global history. TVC News senior reporter Habidah Lawal, who is in the United States, in our next report, takes us through the merging possibilities.
The U.S. general elections attract global attention for good reasons. The manager of the world's largest economy and biggest military power must not just win a local contest, but must surmount an international litmus test of acceptability. While former President Donald Trump, with his pro-isolationist antecedents, may not exactly generate warm fuzzy feelings internationally, his teeming local base make up for it. With the complexity that Vice President Kamala Harris is inheriting from her current principal, President Joe Biden, with crisis in the Middle East and Caucasus, international feelings have been quite nuanced in this cycle of elections.
Not just in America, but...
An accredited election observer, Habidah Lawal, tells me about the enthusiasm of American voters.
We've been engaging with our electorate as we arrive in the United States ahead of the election on November 5. And there's been a lot of interest and enthusiasm from the electorate. They're really excited about the election, and even some people have already casted their ballot, because America has a system where you can send your ballot via mail and make your choice even before November 5. And but November 5 is the day where everyone will come out en masse to cast their ballot, and we've seen that a lot of people are excited to come out, and we've also seen the two leading candidates in the party, which is Republican and Democrat, also doing massive campaign to get the votes out. Hopefully this would be one of the most turned out election in America's history.
The biggest in this election season is who will emerge winner, an election which is contested not on popular basis, but on the basis of the first party to dial up the required 270 electoral votes from an amalgam of red and blue states by winning the finicky winner-takes-all electoral votes of the swing states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia. The three major factors to consider in these elections are women, early voting, and how black men vote. For historians, this is historic. Habidah Lawal, TVC News, Texas.
All right, for more on the U.S. presidential election, Habidah Lawal, a senior reporter who is in the U.S., joins me now to bring us up to speed with what the mood is like in the U.S. as we speak. Habidah, I know that voting is winding down, but there's so much still in the air with regards to how this election will turn out.
Well, with being as close to the election day as we are, in less than 24 hours, there is a constant fact that still remains, and that is, by all projections, a lot of people are feeling that it is going to be a quite close margin, and no one is sure exactly what it is to expect with regards to the outcome. Here in Texas, it's a Republican domain, and voters are quite enthusiastic that their candidate is going to carry the day. But be that as it may, 7 states that could conceivably be won by either candidates as a result of the campaigns. They focus their energy on these 7 states, which are considered to be the swing states, as you have earlier mentioned. But the majority of the electoral vote, which is 270, that is more like the winning power for any of the candidates. That is a win to the White House. And the mapping exercise for presidential candidates, they must pair this vote carefully, and the column as well must also be enough to ensure that the battleground state gets the 270 required for either of these candidates.
Interesting. But as we know, in this part of the world, talking about Nigeria now, you have covered the elections in Nigeria. You know how tension-soaked it can be leading up to an election day and all of it. Talk to us. Is that the case in the U.S.?
Well, no country is without its own anomaly, especially when it comes to general elections such as this. The only difference here is that we've had a case of ballot box being laced with explosives some days ago in D.C., and we've also had a presidential candidate alleging that the election is fraudulent, and there have been also here and there. And these are the facts that elections are work in progress in different parts of the world. And for the United States here, unlike what we have in Nigeria, where there are restrictions of movements and there are heavy presence of security, we do not have that here. People can go about their daily activities, and there's also early voting, which has also limited the bulk of having to come out on 5th of November to cast their ballot.
Senior reporter Habidah Lawal, we must thank you for bringing us up to speed. Thank you.